Today, I want to share with you how I make skin tones in watercolor. My little secret sauce that I use as my base is yellow ochre, alizarin, crimson. I wrote red there, who knows, and brown. And I usually do like a burnt umber brown, but I've been known to do some other versions. A little teeny bit of brown, by the way, goes a long way. Now, if you're painting someone that has more of a pinkish, ruddy undertone, then in this recipe, you simply add more alizarin crimson in it. And that's what you're going to look like, or somewhere in between, depending on your mix. How about somebody that has more of a yellowy undertone in their skin? Well, then instead of more alizarin in this combination, you're going to do more yellow ochre. And how about somebody that has more of a brownish tone? Well, in that case, you will add more of the brown. A lot of the success of your skin tone is going to all depend on how much water. And you can see this is the same mix as this. Most people that I would paint using this top basic recipe, I would use this color. I wouldn't use this or this. And the same thing with this. Most people that have a ruddy complexion aren't this ruddy. They're a lighter version, perhaps right in here. So let me show you a couple of my favorite mixes with that. I just did a quick short. And then I thought, no, we need to get into it just a tiny bit more. I'll keep it short and sweet, but just a little bit more explanation. I used this in the short. This is the orangey look you want to go for. So you're going to take yellow ochre, and you're going to get a little bit of alizarin crimson. Just a note with mixing, when you mix any color, don't put all the alizarin in it right away. Go on the edge of it and find your happy space, and then you'll know. So there you go. That is a decent orangey color. If it's got a little bit, I might add a little bit more yellow ochre. Now I probably went too far. Okay. So there is the orangey look right there. That's usually what I start with right there. And that orangey tone, once you kind of get it in your head, what it looks like, it's kind of a rusty orange. Once you have that color, then what I usually do is add a touch, and I do mean a touch of burnt umber. Sometimes people really load it down, and the burnt umber is just to get you a little bit more grounded in just a brownish tone so it doesn't go too far into the orange. And there is my skin color. Now you might say, well, that doesn't look that skin color-ish. Well, that's because it's not watered down. The watered down is my, what am I up to? Second secret, second important part of how to make skin. Don't leave it here or here. Go ahead and add more water and get a soft look going. And that is most people's skin tone as a starter. Now, again, if you have any of these versions, or you have a younger person, I usually go more pinkish with younger people. So if I'm doing a baby, one of my favorite colors to add is going to be, believe it or not, opera pink, if you're familiar with it. You could go to alizarin crimson. Let me find a clean spot. So here's a little bit of a baby color. Do you see how it is just a really delicate pinkish look? And that will give kind of that sweetness with the color. Now, if I'm having someone of an ethnicity that is a rich dark color, I might even combine several of them because that dark color may also be ruddy or also may be yellowy. So you just want to mix, and if you have a great picture that is authentic in someone's skin tone, do your best to play, get that recipe going, and then mix a good puddle of it so that you have something to work with. I want to give you some examples. This one I have never completed. I may come back to it. You'll see when I get into like wrinkles or little areas or shadows, I'm in the same family. I just do a different version of it. And with skin, holding hands like this, same version. I usually have, if you have a man and a woman holding hands, or a woman and a baby, Mother's Day, that would be such a sweet, or the daddy and a baby hand or child's hand. I usually show the identity with the skin tone to some degree too. Here's a little baby. I don't know if this color is picking it up well. This might be a little better. And I might go to the side view where it's the closest. There you go. So this is a little child sleeping sideways in their bed. And again, I did tons of variances of the same colors. Here is Jolly Old Saint Nick. You know, I teach a lot of paintings using Denise McQuillan's reference photos. If you're familiar with her, she is amazing. And if you're not familiar with her, you might want to get, she's an award-winning photographer. Now I put rosiness in there with the alizarin crimson. One more thing I'm going to tell you is sometimes I use Jaune Brilliant #1 from Holbein Paints. It's a little creamier, a little bit more pasty, perhaps is the right word. It's not as transparent as the other mixes I showed you, but sometimes that will also help with a degree of creaminess. By the way, side note, I'm going to be teaching on Sunday afternoon this beautiful Denise McQuillan reference from that reference photo as well. If you're around, it's just $11, a 90-minute class. Contact me. It's on Zoom. It's 2 p.m. Eastern time, and we have ourselves a wonderful time with it being interactive and painting together. I hope some of these ideas were helpful to you with thinking about skin, and try your own mixes and see what you come up with, okay? God bless your day.